"Oh, don't cry, Dad," she says. "You'll set me off." She stands up and leans over me and wraps her arms round me as best she can and kisses my head. I try to reach my hands up too, to hug her back, but I don't feel very strong. She sits down again and scrabbles around in her bag for a tissue and dabs at my cheeks and then dabs at her eyes. "Dan's waiting downstairs with the boys," she says. "I don't think it'd be good for you, though, to have them bouncing around, so we'll come back tomorrow, and if you're feeling up to it, I'll bring them in, okay?" "Yes, love," I say. "So we'll come back tomorrow and..." She stands up and starts to gather her things together. She picks up her coat off the back of the chair she's been sitting in, folds it over her arm, and grabs her handbag off the floor. Then she puts them all down again and comes back over and gives me another hug. "You'll be all right, Dad, Doctor says." "I know, love. I'll be fine. I'll be fine." She picks up her things again and walks to the door. But it's like she doesn't want to go. She keeps looking back at me. "I love you, Dad," she says. She starts to walk away. "Lisa," I say, and she stops and looks back. "Dad, I love you." Her face crumples a little, like she's going to start crying again, but she holds on. "See you tomorrow, Dad." She puts her fingertips up to her lips and blows me a kiss. I feel my fingers close. "Rise and shine, my love." A small Asian lady, as round as she is tall, is bringing a trolley round, and it's the morning. I feel like I've slept well, but I've got a bit of a thick head. Maybe they gave me something. "Cup of tea," she says, "or do you want coffee?" "Oh, tea, please, love. I can't drink coffee. Gives me reflux." "Oh, well, that won't do, will it? Nice cup of tea coming up." I'm thinking she's probably Filipino, but I can't say for sure. She pulls out a paper cup and drops a tea bag into it and then fills it from the urn she's got on her trolley. "Milk and sugar?" "Just milk, please. Not too much. No sugar, though. Got to watch my figure." "You feeling a bit better today, my love? You look a bit poorly when they brought you in yesterday." She puts the tea down on the cabinet next to my bed. It's a bit too milky, to be honest. "Little bit better, yes, thank you." "Was that your daughter stay so long with you yesterday?" "Lisa, yes." "You fast asleep. She stayed there all that time. She's a good girl, looking out for her daddy." "She is. She'll bring the boys over later. You know, my grandsons." "Oh, lovely. You'll soon be out of here, I'm sure. I'm Dolores, my love, and I'll come by later." "Oh, thank you, Dolores." She wheels her trolley onto the next bed and I hear her start her routine all over again with the next patient. "Rise and shine, my love." It's only then that I see Jill is sitting in the chair where Lisa sat yesterday. I feel my chest tighten and twinge. And she's smiling at me. Why can't I smile back? She's my wife. I ought to be able to smile back at her. No. She's dead. She's my dead wife. Why does she keep turning up? She's not real. I know that. I don't believe in ghosts anyway. There must be something going on in my head that makes me see her. She's just sitting there smiling at me. Aren't you going to say something, Jill? I just think the question. But she doesn't say anything. What do you think you're doing, just turning up? It's not right. I can smell her perfume too. Lavender. This is where she died, of course. Well, up in oncology. 3 years ago. I've talked to her all this time. Chatted. Listened. But here now, with her in front of me, I can't find a word to say. And so I look at her. Look her in the eyes. And she slowly fades away again. Why do I feel so angry? People asked me if I was angry with her when she died. No, I said, I'm not angry. She couldn't help getting leukemia. She didn't know she was ill for such a long time, and then when the symptoms did get bad, it was too late. She couldn't help it that the chemo didn't work. I don't blame the doctors either, that they left it too late to operate. They talked about taking her spleen out. That wasn't a guarantee of anything anyway. And then they were worried that she was too weak and that she wouldn't survive the op, so they didn't do it. Put her onto palliative care. Drugs knocked her out, really. So she spent the last 2 weeks asleep, mostly. I was holding her hand when she died. I felt the life leave her, even though she was asleep. I could just feel when she stopped living. It was like she evaporated into the air. I sat there for 10 minutes, just holding her hand. I knew she'd gone, but I didn't tell the nurse. Not for 10 minutes or so. I just wanted to sit there holding her hand and pretend nothing had happened. As long as I sat there, nothing had to change. She was out in the air then, but as long as the air didn't move, she was still close enough. Everything could remain just the same. Caught in that one moment. But then the nurse came and the doctor, and they disturbed the air and mocked everything around and made it all real. No, I wasn't angry at her then. So why am I angry at her now? For turning up, for not staying dead. I've been on my own for 3 years, and now she starts poking her nose in. She doesn't belong here now. Not in the real world. I had to put away in a special corner of my mind, a corner that I understood. It was sad, but it was comfortable and clear. It's too confusing to have her running around out there again now. Never know where she might turn up.